2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for...
Well, Kevin and guys,
Thanks, David. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Zubac in at the 5. Now, here's Porzingis. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
well, it's clear that Porzingis has some athleticism. That dunk right there, ferocious.
And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. Porzingis with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Marjanovic against Zubac. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feet. That's a hallmark of a great front office.
If you go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference. The strength in that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Doncic with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Porzingis, that's a 2. The shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. To the inside. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Here's Porzingis. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Beverley, the pass to Morris. Now Leonard. Three-pointer. Again, Leonard missing.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Leonard against Doncic. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
Got a piece of it. And here is Los Angeles now. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Here's Doncic. Richardson outside. Back to Doncic. Puts it up from 12. And that one, good.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position. Not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Brunson's checked in, and so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. They lead by 4. Passes it to Marjanovic. Nice D from Cousins. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Leonard with no one around. The 17-footer goes down. Leonard's got 6 points.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Always the connection with the teammate. That time Porzingis in the right spot.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dwight Powell comes in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Josh Richardson.
Just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. Shot clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Hardaway for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Kennard with the ball. Hardaway picks him up, and the shot goes in.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Brunson scanning the floor. Right at the free throw line. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. The Clippers in the lead. Cousins with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. George passes to Cousins. Back to George. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Clippers. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Marjanovic, Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Richardson. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Doncic outside. Pass to Finney Smith. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Now the Clippers with it. A guy.
Look at that.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Richardson. Pass to Porzingis. All sorts of time. Doesn't go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Doncic looking it over. The pass to Porzingis. Another shot. Passes to Finney Smith. The wide open look here for Porzingis. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Porzingis has got 6 points.
Yeah, I don't think you have to tell Porzingis twice to take shots like that. Once the ball's in his hands, he's looking to the rim.
Leonard against Doncic. Ibaka, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 6.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Leonard against Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Pass to Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing. Mavericks trail by 4. Richardson attacking. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Man, sometimes there's dunks and then there's mean dunks. That was a mean dunk.
Now here's Leonard. 10 points for him. Trying to get open as Ibaka. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Richardson doing a great job in transition. Has good speed. That time accelerates in the open floor.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Powell dishes to Cauley Stein. Can't hit from 12.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Los Angeles, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
And so he hits both. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 2. To the middle. Looking for Cauley Stein. He gets it there. Brunson, good.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Now George. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. George has got his 2nd bucket tonight. 44 seconds left in the second quarter. Brunson against George. Brunson kicks to Kleba. Back to Brunson. 5 to shoot. Here's Hardaway. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside, Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Man passes to George. Over Hardaway. Cans the 12-footer. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
Well, keep it or dish it. Those are the decisions Paul George is trying to make, and he makes the right one there.
Here's Brunson. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that'll do it for the first half of
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
Whew, that's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
We've got Patrick Beverly. Baca is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Morris in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Leonard on the wing. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Doncic leading the charge.
At 7-3, Porzingis with no trouble seeing over the defense. Excellent pass and a very unselfish play.
Beverly dishes to Morris. Leonard on the wing. Nice D from Porzingis.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Paul George, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Melly is checked in for the Mavericks. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Now here's Porzingis. 6 points for him. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. That's good for George on the assist by Beverly. George has got 10 points.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Here's Doncic. He's got 8, and that one good. Doncic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
George up top. He's got 10.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that time.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here. Dallas making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now here's Cauley Stein. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside Hardaway. Clock at 4. Kept alive. Porzingis on the follow.
Maybe a little more fundamental with positioning there to be ready for that offensive rebound. Porzingis, some extra effort on the offensive glass that time.
Here's George. He's got 14. And he makes good on the way up. George has got 16 points. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
Paul George dunk contest, he's maybe a little over, but I love to see him get up.
Here's Doncic. He's got 12. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Porzingis. Richardson outside. Back to Porzingis. Shoots over Batum. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
A different look for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Paul George. And then for Dallas, J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Mavericks trail by 8. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Ibaka. Batum comes in for Morris. And Paul George is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Redick. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And here's George. 1 second left, and George with the stuff.
Now, Paul George right now invested fully in this game and on both ends of the floor. Relentless on offense thus far.
Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits at May. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. We've got Josh Richardson. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. George with the ball. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Free throw good, Paul George. So both teams changing it up here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Doncic. And the rejection by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Zubac finds Leonard. Now George. 6 to shoot. It's deflected.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Pass to Marjanovic, and there it is for him.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Paul George is aggressive. Look at his eyes right now, focused on scoring, and he sees the open path and gets right there.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. Morris comes in for George. Now, here's Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. There's the pass to Leonard. Shoots over Doncic, and that one's good. Leonard's got the lead back up to 10 now for Los Angeles. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Now Doncic. Stolen by Beverly. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Consistent in finding ways at coming up with steals. Patrick Beverly in the shorts of the opposition.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention. You know, you grew up with...
And the background of how the whole coaches challenge rule came into effect started back a few years ago. G League tried it out. They had it in the Summer League, and I think it's a great advancement.
Well, there's no doubt how proactive the league, Greg, has been in identifying new ways to ensure the officiating is as good as it can be. This seemed to be really just part of the natural progression. And it adds, in fact, even a bit of an additional interest level as well. And now let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And when a player scores over half his team's points, you know he's going to be our pick. Even when he's been the exclusive focus of the defense, they just haven't been able to keep him in check. A tremendous individual effort.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Passes it to Leonard. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. Beverly the pass to George. And here's Leonard from 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Mavericks trail by 10. Here's Doncic. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Pass to Beverly. Back to George. Ripped away. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Doncic against Leonard. Out to Doncic. Tips it up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Doncic against Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. So the Clippers with the win. It was a David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There's a look at downtown Los Angeles from the air. We're coming to you live from the Staples Center. Well, DA, take it away.
Hey, Kevin.
Great stuff as always, DA. Thanks. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. We've got Murray, Gordon out there with Porter. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Barton. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Leaving folks open around Barton is a no-no. He'll torch you whenever you do that.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big men. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And, you know, that's not the kind of percentage any player wants to see next to his name at the end of the season.
Now here's Murray. Jokic kicks to Murray. Back to Jokic. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Here's Beverley. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Yeah, you can't leave a lane to the basket available for Beverley, because if you do, he jumps on it quickly.
Pass to Jokic. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. First quarter, just over a minute played. Martin passes to Jokic.
And when Morris is playing with intensity like this, his defense can really shine through.
And Morris throws it down.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there.
He's lucky to get away with that, though, guys. I mean, it could have earned him a technical for hanging on too long.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. Clock at 6. Now the pass to Jokic. Another miss by Jokic.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Here's Barton. Lays it up off the glass.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Now Beverley. Leonard on the wing. The tray. Drills it from outside.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Murray, the pass to Barton. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the 3-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that 3-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that. Mid-range area, C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on it.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
To the inside, here's McGee. Rebound by the Clippers. Kennard on the wing. George passes to Batum. Back to George. Clippers moving the ball around. No good that time. Excellent D that time there from McGee. And Millsap, here we go. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Listen up now, watch out. That's how you go after the basket. Millsap driving hard and punching it home.
To the wing on the left. George looking around. Outside for Batum. Back to George. Over Millsap. A nice shot by George. George has got his second bucket.
When PG-13 is feeling it, he can be an absolute monster from mid-range.
Passes it to Millsap. George with the defensive effort.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Ibaka. George trying to break free. And there's Ibaka. That's good on the assist from Batum.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds him. Great feel for the game.
Morris with the ball. And that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead by... And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few...
Selfless. I mean, you need to put your pride, your...
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Patrick Beverly out there with Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Man in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Now, here's Beverly. The Nuggets trail by 4.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Jackson, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Porter. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Now here's Jackson. Morris outside. Pass to Zubac. Here's Leonard. Cousins trying to free himself up.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
Leonard with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And Cousins throws it down.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Now here's Murray. To the paint. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Cousins. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. And Jackson gets it to go. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And finished off by Porter.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
Leonard on the wing. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Wide open look here for Murray. The three-pointer, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. The Clippers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction. Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Here's George, following the basket by Jokic. This one for 3. And it's George missing. The Nuggets trail by 9. Porter passes to Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
Now here's Murray. Outside, Porter. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jokic. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Jokic has got 6.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Outside, George. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And here is Murray. And the pass to Jokic over Ibaka. No good from 18.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard... And that should...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Paul George really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
So on the floor for Denver, they've got Austin Rivers. JaVale McGee is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Dozier in at the 3 slot. And that one drops for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here is Morris. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Boy, for a 7-footer, he's got really good bounce, does JaVale McGee, and doing a nice job working on the glass there.
Morris outside. Outside Leonard. Morris against Beverly. Back to Leonard. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Morris kicks to Dozier. Pass to Millsap. Pass to Morris. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubas. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Clippers leading by 11. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Leonard on the wing. Here's Barton. The jump hook. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
And guys, if there's a...
Oh, what a dunk!
Yeah, we saw this on display in the slam dunk contest. Gordon has some major bunnies, a creative slam dunk artist.
Now here's Leonard. 9 points in the game so far. And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got 6 points in the quarter.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Now Porter. A floater. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Here's Beverly. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And they go to the intentional foul. Murray, the pass to Barton. Trying to find Jokic, gets it to him. Good! And it's 8 points for Jokic.
You know, it's evident that Jokic is comfortable operating close to the rim. He's outstanding with his shot selection.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. George with the ball. He's got 8. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot. And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
Here's George, following the score by Aaron Gordon. Pass to Kennard. George against Murray. George, no good. The Nuggets trail by 9. Snatched away. And now the Clippers on the break. He kicks to Cousins. The pass to Kennard. In the corner, George with it. Over Murray. And that one's good. George has got 10 points in the game.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
And the basket by Gordon.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's George, following the score by Aaron Gordon. George with the bounce pass. 6 on the shot clock. And it's George again missing. And Murray, here we go. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And, you know, really when you look at it, Murray is quite crafty at getting contact on his drive. I like his fearlessness going to the hole. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Beverly off the mark. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac, Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Marcus Morris, and it's man in at the 3, the small forward. And foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. Here's Beverly. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Outside Leonard. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
Now here's Rivers. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Murray outside. Yep, it counts.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Leonard, following the score by Jamal Murray. Leonard attacking. Comes up empty down low. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. George is checked in for Los Angeles. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Here's Porter. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, you know, on the inside, Porter is a very skilled player. He understands that you've got to be multi-dimensional, a lot of versatility to your game to be effective inside.
Now here's Leonard. The 3. And it's Leonard again missing.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs. And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Beverly. Ibaka outside. And Beverly kicks to George.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Morris passes to Jokic. Right wing. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter.
Well, I love how...
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Passes to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Porter trying to free himself out. That one doesn't drop.
Well, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And he makes that one. Leonard's got 12 points here in the second half.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Morris finds Gordon. No good. Ibaka with some nice D. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to George. Shot clock at 6. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Nails the tray.
Easy to see why Gordon has the ball in these moments. He's phenomenal at coming up big.
Plenty of drama in this one so far.
Yeah, don't be surprised if it isn't decided until the final buzzer.
Leonard kicks to George. From deep. The shot will not fall.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Hello, basketball fans. You've got DA.
Well, guys, I'm very...
You certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Norman Powell, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the shooting guard. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Zubac in at the five.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Beverley with the ball. Outside Leonard. Zubac, great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. From outside the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Here's Morris, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call. Portland the foul.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
And Morris drops them both. We're about 1 minute into the first. And here's Portland. Here's Simons. It's Covington on the wing. From outside, off the mark. Leonard attacking. Count that bucket.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Three-pointer, Lillard, up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it in there.
Passes it to Zubac. Back to Leonard. Rebound by Nurkic.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
Lillard against Beverly, and there's the pass to Morris. Inside, shoots, and Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Morris.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And that one's good. Lillard. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those 2.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Three-pointer, Lillard. They get the rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
He's a real menace. Nurkic is 7'1". He's difficult to guard without fouling.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of this game. And both free throws good for Nurkic.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic for it. Hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
A pick-and-roll master. You got to respect how decisive Lillard is. I mean, he often makes great decisions.
George passes to Kennard. Here's Cousins. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Amazing floor awareness from Cousins. Skilled at spotting the open man.
Lillard scanning the floor. Out to the right wing. Here's Simons. Kennard covering. Clippers leading by 3. And Covington sends it back. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Now, realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
6 seconds left in the first. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Clippers lead by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with Damian Lillard told us before the game when asked how he stays so grounded despite all of his individual success.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from
Now, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward.
But look at how quickly Lillard leaps out in transition. He wants to run down the throat of the D, burn him in the open floor.
And George kicks to Cousins. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. And here's Kennard. Just 4 to shoot. Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Now, here's Lillard. 15 points in the game. From deep three-point range. And it's Lillard again missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 3-point lead.
Watch out. Luke Kennard cleared the takeoff.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Lillard dishes to Covington. Over George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Lillard attacking. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. From deep. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight because the three, not one of them, ain't working.
And Beverly kicks to Morris. Looking for Beverly. He gets it there. Count that one. And now a 5-point Clipper lead.
When Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
Lillard attacking. He can't get that one. Some solid defense from Ibaka.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Morris with the bucket. Morris has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Wow, and Morris just trucking it down the court, showing a real desire to finish it in transition.
Lillard from outside. The Trailblazers rebound.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for Lillard. Nobody near Leonard. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter. Outside Collins. Pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Collins against Ibaka. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And this is what Collins is going to give you, energy. Because of this, he draws these type of fouls.
And so Collins nails both of them.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Now Beverly. There's the dish to Morris. Pass to Zubac. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Passes it to Hollis-Jefferson. Outside Anthony. Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Takes a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Clippers on top, up by 4.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them holding a 3-point lead. Looking. And that.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. We've got Robert Covington. He's out there with Norman Powell. Nurkic is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2. 5 on the clock. Leonard kicks to Cousins. Shoots over Covington. That one rolling around and rims out.
He's going to have a tough time hitting that if he can't create a little more space for himself.
Lillard outside. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
Now, what more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
Outside Leonard. Out to the wing. Ibaka. This is to Beverly. And he gets it to go. Beverly's got 6 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lillard against Leonard. Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Proving he's not afraid to finish with power. Covington loves to dunk it home.
The pass to Morris. Covington against Ibaka. Back to Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. Cousins trying to free himself up. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Morris. Morris has got 4 assists in the game. Pass to Powell. Over to the wing. Nurkic with it. Back to Powell. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. He's got 6.
How's that for a start? He's good on all 3 attempts so far in the second half.
Beverly the pass to Morris. Leonard on the wing. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Simons. Kennard covering. A nice shot by Simons.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
This game has come to life. They're out there battling now. We didn't see this in the first half.
Kennard kicks to George. And George with the stop.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
1:53 left in the third. Here is Lillard. He's got 17. Bank shot, no good. Now here's Kennard. Now George. Dishes it to Batum. Outside, George. Down low, Zubats. Basket counts. Zubats has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Lillard against George. It's Powell on the wing. Trailblazers moving the ball around. He feeds it to Nurkic. Pass to Simons. Nurkic trying to get open, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. And George.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And he commits the intentional foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for Lillard. 30 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's George, and it's Paul George with the finish.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Simons, the pass to Kanter. Stolen by Zubats. And here we go with George. Nobody back. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time. to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Throw good, Paul George. 11 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Simons. The three from Anthony. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 14-point lead. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Paul George. Patrick Patterson is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the three spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Kennard kicks to Batum. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of them.
Yes.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
To the paint, and the rejection by Collins.
This is the defense Collins brings to the table. Excellent at knowing when to go after blocks.
George looking over the floor. Trains the three-pointer. George has got 14 points here in the second half.
They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
Here's Simons, defended by George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
But, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a roll out on this team.
Both good from the line that time.
And Simons a bit undersized at that two-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural two with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
The deep three from George. The shot, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Pushing it up, jumps up, and Kanter throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Kanter. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
Top of the key, Ibaka. Kicks it to George. Lets it go from 11. That's good on the jump shot. George has got 24.
And, guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. And it's Simons missing. Los Angeles leading by 15. There's the steal. Now a timeout called by Portland.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. The focus of his speech was hustle. He told his players, those guys are going to come at us. We have to match their intensity, and we have to play with a great deal of energy. We're all in here, fellas. Kevin?
The movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Passes it to Leonard. He kicks it to George. From deep three-point range to the inside. Back to Ibaka. Clippers moving the ball around. Los Angeles with another miss. Trailblazers trail by 13. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. McCollum's checked in for Anthony Simons. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 17 points was their biggest margin. On the wing, George. A three-pointer off the mark. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Clippers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for George.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And now, running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. For three, it's rebounded by Leonard. Offline. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's good.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups. It's time for the NBA. DH.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks had...
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Ivica Zubac. Patrick Beverly out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Morris in at the 3. And for Dallas, Hardaway is out there with Doncic. Then there's Maxi Kleber. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Porzingis in at the 4 spot. And it's Doncic missing.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Wow, hammering it in!
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
Outside Hardaway. Doncic outside. They get it again. Out to Porzingis. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Plenty of space. And he can't bank that one in. To the middle. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic and a pretty pass right there.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Zubac kicks to Beverly. And the shot goes in.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverly finding a driving lane and finishing.
Doncic with it. Pass to Hardaway. Out to Doncic. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the high post. Rebound by the Clippers.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Beverly. Leonard looking over the floor.
Well, this is the energy you want to see from Luka on the defensive end on every possession. Up in his man's grill, affecting the shot. That is nice.
Out to Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Marjanovic passes to Porzingis. The shot. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Outside, Porzingis. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots. You know, an easy basket made possible because the assist was crisp and it was perfectly placed.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. George dishes to Batum. Back to George. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Finney Smith can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 4. George with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. John Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Pass to Finney Smith. Back to Richardson. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. There's the triple. Cousins pulls it in. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
The shake. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Richardson, no luck. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Mann, and that one is hammered home.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
And here's Richardson. Over George. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Right back after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
We've got Hardaway. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Doncic in at the point guard. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Leonard with the steal. He kicks to Ibaka. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Mavericks trail by 10.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Here's Leonard. Nice D from Doncic. Here are the Mavericks now. Fast break, Dallas. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Off target from outside. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
The shot by Kleber, wide open, drills the three-pointer. Kleber's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Dallas. Now the pass to Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Doncic against Leonard, and the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Here's Doncic. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Boy, Luka Doncic excels in the two-man game. You handle the rock with perfection. Nicely done, young sir.
Now Kennard, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, you love the tenacity. Paul George cannot be contained when he gets near the tin.
Doncic against George. The drive by Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
My question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Kennard, the pass to Batum. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Kleber finds Cauley Stein. Doncic against George. Porzingis, crafty move. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries it from 9. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Clippers leading by 7. And so they foul intentionally. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Richardson in for Luka Doncic. George looking over the floor. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Well, the efficiency with the mid-range game, Paul George has always possessed.
Richardson outside. Here's Finney-Smith. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And it's Melli missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Here's Kennard. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now it's an 11-point Clipper lead.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
And it's Cousins with the foul. That's his first foul. On the inbound, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
And George, here we go. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 9 points. Jack, what was your take? And that's...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Paul George really making a difference here.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
So for the Clippers right now, Patrick Beverly out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the small forward position. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Now here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. Inside, Ibaka. Back to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here, and it goes down 2 points. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Well, you have to love the patience by Kawhi right there. Use the pick-and-roll game to perfection.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Doncic with it. He has 6.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Here's Morris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Out left to the wing. And here's Leonard. He's got 8. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Doncic, no good.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. Richardson, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Pass to George. The Mavericks pull it in. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Runs in the pass to Finney-Smith. Outside, Porzingis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Well, I'll tell you, I love that he's not afraid to take on the size mismatch there, Greg. It doesn't matter. Just make shots.
And that's an intentional foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Nicolo Melli in for Jalen Brunson. Pass to man. It's George on the wing. From 17 feet out, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
To the wing right side. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. 1:06 left to play here in the third. Passes it to Finney-Smith. 5 to shoot. A floater. Here's Richardson. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Kennard with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Here's Finney-Smith. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Kennard with the rebound. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Wow. "19 seconds left here in the third quarter. Richardson attacking. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Now George. That one, no good.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Clippers on top, ending the third quarter on a 12-4 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Powell, also Cauley Stein out there, and it's Finney-Smith in a two-guard. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley Stein. Porzingis comes in for Dwight Powell. Hardaway's checked in for Nicolo Melli. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Richardson. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
To the paint. Here's Leonard. Changes up. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got rebound number 5 here tonight for the finish. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
How about the vision from the young Latvian Porzingis showing he really can read the floor and capitalize.
Beverly the pass to Zubac. Morris outside. Zubac kicks to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Leonard. Here's Ibaka. It's rebounded by Dallas. Marjanovic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Leonard the pass to Morris. Back to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
And so they foul intentionally. Josh Richardson's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. Leonard against Doncic. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
It's George on the wing. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Richardson finds Powell. Good on the shot.
Now, this is an evolving aspect of Dwight Powell's game, getting comfortable in the catch and shoot from just about anywhere.
Beverly the pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Outside, George. High post try, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Clippers lead by 13. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Doncic kicks it out to Richardson. Off target with his 3.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Now, here is George. From deep. And it's George again missing.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Clippers.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
And Doncic hits it to go.
There is this fundamental confidence to what Luka does. And those difficult floaters, no problem.
George with the ball. And there's the pass to Beverly. Back to George. Here's the three. But they'll get another chance. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. Nestled among the peaks of the Rocky Mountains. And with
Kevin, thanks.
DA, thanks a lot. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Baca is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Morris in at the 3. And for Denver, Aaron Gordon out there with Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barton in at the 2. Now here's Gordon. Outside Porter. There's the pass to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it. Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Here's Morris. And no good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way.
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
Beverly against Murray. Leonard on the wing. Six to shoot. Nice D from Porter. And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid 30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with the hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Now here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
Murray the pass to Gordon. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Murray finds Porter. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Good on the bucket.
Stellar anticipation by Leonard to create the fast break opportunity. That's why he's a perennial defensive player of the year candidate.
Murray the pass to Jokic. Dishes to Porter. Back to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. Jokic, no good.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Goes up. Here's Gordon. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
In an active player, Gordon can be a handful to keep up with throughout the course of the game.
Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Here's Jokic after the Clippers pick up 2. Shot clock at 3, and that one's good. Barton.
Well, the defense opens up just for a quick second, and that's where Barton takes advantage. He jets into that gap and right towards the hoop.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Now here's Barton. Back to Murray. Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard inside, guarded by Porter. Leonard, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And an intentional foul right there.
really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Now here's Rivers. McGee. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
I like that. Staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Right wing. Back to Kennard. Morris against George. Over Morris. Batum, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clip. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Paul George. And it's man in at the 3.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Here's Morris. That shot is off. Excellent D there from George. Picked away. On defense, the Clippers. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Morris passes to Millsap, and that one drops.
Tremendous roll to the hoop from Millsap off the pick and roll. That's exactly how you want to run it.
George with the ball. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Millsap grabs the miss. And so here's Denver. A nice shot by Dozier.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
George against Morris. Now here is George. No dice from the high post. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. That ties the game.
Well, maybe not a true point guard, but Austin Rivers is becoming more cognizant of keeping his teammates involved in the action.
Here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. No good on the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
George finds Kennard. Here's Cousins. Back to Kennard. They need this. Here's George. Second shot opportunity. And it's sent back by Morris. Batum inside the 3-point line. Cousins on the follow. Cousins has got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
Well, he's got quickness and he's got that frame where he's going to lean on you with that body and find a way to get an angle to score.
Morris into the lane. Nice D from Cousins. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. High post Cousins. Back to George. Stolen by McGee.
If you could stay active on defense, good things usually happen. Right there, quick hands helped alter what would have been a sure 2 there.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
George dishes to Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Batum's got his second basket.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Morris kicks to Rivers. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's McGee with the jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 2. Morris outside. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. Morris kicks to Beverly. Leonard looking around.
Hustle play from Millsap as the shot was going up, not making that one easy.
Here's Ibaka. Leonard on the wing. He's guarded by Rivers. Millsap with the steal. Dozier passes to McGee. Makes it off the glass. And it's a 4-point Denver lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of the game. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Passes it to Zubac. McGee with the block. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Morris with the ball.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Pass to Leonard. Zubac in the post. There's the 3. And it's Kawhi Leonard with the 3. Leonard's got 11 points.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Nuggets on top as they end the second quarter with a massive. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. 4 points was the most they... That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Denver. Murray out there with Will Barton. Then it's Porter. Then there's Gordon. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. Ibaka against Gordon. Murray left side. It's stolen by Morris. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And Ibaka slams it in.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years just being...
Wow, hammering it in!
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Here's Leonard. Jokic grabs the miss. Denver in the lead. One-on-one fast break. The feed to Gordon. Tries yet again. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. Out to Morris. Over in the corner, Beverly. Morris outside. Nobody near Leonard. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Outside, Porter. Stolen by Beverly. Pass to Leonard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Shoots from 8. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Gordon. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
1:53 left in the third. And Cousins kicks to George. No good on the triple.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
The Nuggets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Batum with the steal. Here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, man, when he's attacking, Cousins is a locomotive that cannot be stopped. I love how he got all the way in there for the jam.
Morris against George. Morris dishes to Millsap. Back to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. Denver needs to get off a shot. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Morris. Millsap's got the game tied up here for the Nuggets. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Morris against George. And the shot goes down. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers. A skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
McGee, the pass to Dozier. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And here's George. From deep three-point range, that shot no good. It's all tied in Denver. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Paul George. Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward. Dozier passes to Jokic. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Kennard on the wing. Down low. Got a piece of it. Here's Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on George.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And Morris drops them both. Here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. Outside George. Two points. That one goes.
Yeah, Paul George on the inside, comfortable knowing where he can get to, just tries to find a sliver of room in order to get that shot off.
Outside Gordon. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And the technical free throw is good.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Barton kicks to Gordon. Lets it go from 14. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Jokic right now locked in. The defense was right there. It did not bother him one bit.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
Murray's checked in for Monte Morris. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Murray outside. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Zubac finds George, sinks the three-pointer. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
The pass to Porter. To the inside, Gordon. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, a big man who can really dish it out. Jokic really reliable, setting up his teammates.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. The three from Leonard. Offensive rebound. Zubac kicks to Beverly. Barton against George. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Barton. And that one's good. George. George has got 9 points now in just the second half. Murray outside. Pass it to Jokic. Good work there as it goes. Jokic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, Jokic needed it, and he got it.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. Rebound by the Nuggets.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
I'm not sure, but that could be a game-changing miss. He wanted that bad.
Back to Porter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Porter's got his first basket.
Just refusing to back down when the spotlight's brightest. Porter outstanding at taking over here in the clutch.
Here's George. It's hauled in by Jokic. Murray with it. Leonard picks him up. Murray against Ibaka. Leonard brings the double team. Barton kicks to Murray. Beverly against Gordon. It's deflected. Stolen by Beverly. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. Count it.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Murray outside. Pass to Jokic. Outside for Murray. From deep. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. It's in!
Look, Jokic continues to get confidence. He is becoming that guy for this team.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. Just 4 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining. And David.
Kevin, thanks. Star player.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And the Clippers starting five.
Here we go.
We've got Patrick Beverly. Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Lillard in at the point. Now here's Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Drains the three-pointer. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It'll be a fun matchup to watch.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. It's tipped. Portland moving the ball around. And he overshot that one, missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. No good from outside. Here's Leonard. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen. Can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Anthony taking his time here. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Anthony's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now here's Lillard. Passes it to Powell. Over Morris. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
The Trailblazers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. 6 on the shot clock to stop the run. And it's Lillard missing. Clippers leading by 4. Beverly dishes to Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one's on Anthony.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Leonard against Powell. Leonard attacking. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Now here's Anthony. Here's Nurkic. Out to Anthony. Lets it go with a 3. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots. He'd be better off passing up.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
And finished off by Nurkic.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Back to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Leonard. The baseline jam. And again, the Clippers good for two.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Lillard against Beverly. And Lillard gets it to go.
I love how assured Lillard is from his spot. He's a confident shooter. He likes pulling up from anywhere.
And here's Leonard. He's got 15. And then Leonard with the dunk.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, true. But now it's about sustaining their energy and maintaining the focus.
Now here's Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 17-4 run. Leonard on the wing. And the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 19 points.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. The Clippers on top. They lead by 12. From Portland, we're back at... Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals.
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Man in at the 3 slot. And Cousins kicks to George. Back to Cousins. The rebound by Simons. Trailblazers trail by 12. And it's McCollum off the drive. Count it. Good.
He's an excellent penetrator. I mean, as soon as McCollum sees a lane, he's all over it.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Kennard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. George looking around. Takes the 13-footer. That shot off the mark. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Hollis Jefferson with it. So the wing on the left. Simons, the pass to Canner. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Pass to Kennard. Back to George. Now Kennard, and the pass to Mann. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Pass to Simons. McCollum against Kennard. It's McCollum with the drive. Drops in the layup for two. McCollum's got his second bucket of the game to go. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I'd throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
Three young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
That's a shot they're always happy to give, even when he blows the finish.
And that one is stuffed right through.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And Portland has possession, trailing by 10. Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. 58 seconds left in the first half. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And McCollum on the floor. All business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player. Very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Here's Morris. Here's Zubats. Out to Morris. Fires the 3. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 10.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass to the tip in.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons. 19 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Cantor, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Cantor's got 4 this quarter.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Now here's Leonard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got 21 in the game.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 21 points and 1 rebound. And let us get your thoughts. Hey.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Robert Covington. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the center. Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard outside. Back to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard, the pass to Covington, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. The first free throw is good. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. Wouldn't matter.
High post, Nurkic. Lillard from outside. He can't get that one to fall. And the Clippers will come the other way.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Anthony against Leonard. Anthony kicks to Powell. Here's Lillard, the 15-footer. Good. Lillard's got his second bucket.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
And that one's good. Leonard.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
Trailblazers trail by 14. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Lillard. Out to Anthony. Pass to Powell. There's the dish to Lillard. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Powell for 3. But they recover it. Back to Lillard. And they go to the intentional foul. And here is Anthony from deep. A three-pointer is right on target. Anthony's got 6.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Pass to George. And George with the stuff.
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
And it's Lillard missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
It's good. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lillard outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
1:05 left to play in the third. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Powell. The shot from the low post is good.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. The pass to Mann. To the middle. Cousins, the pass to George. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. And the Clippers lead by 13.
Oh, he's one of the best passing fives in the game. I mean, think about this. Cousins doesn't get enough credit for being unselfish on the floor.
And it's Simons missing. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Back to Kennard. Kicks to George. Shot from free throw range. Another one falls for the Clippers.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
And the basket by McCollum.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back right after. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Kennard. Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George, and it's Mann in at the 3. And he recovers it. George, and the layup falls. George has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Clippers. Trailblazers trail by 15. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Here's Anthony. Stolen by Zubac. And here we go. Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. Now, here's Zubac. Count it.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And for Portland, they're shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Beverly against Lillard.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give him much of anything in the first half.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Fires, high post, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
And part of what makes Kawhi such a great player is that jump shot. You can't just worry about him attacking the basket.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Here's Beverly. Leonard on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Back to Beverly. Morris looking over the floor. Clock at 6. Leonard, that's for 2. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Beverly. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Leonard, no luck. The 3 from Anthony. Knocks down the 3 ball. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you played for them, and that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Beverly, the pass to Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Leonard's got 29.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective. Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
For the three. No good there. And the Clippers will come the other way. Leonard with no one around. Buries it from three-point range. Leonard's got 32 points.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board.
Three-pointer. The shot missing. So it's Portland now. It's a 13-point game. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Leonard with the ball. The three. Rebound by Anthony. Lillard from outside. No good. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Chris.